attacked by the dead before we got to him.
Where are your people?
They're close.
I'm Enigma and I'm a qualified body language analyst and private investigator. And today I'm going to be reacting to two scenes from Season 5 of The Walking Dead, where Rick and the group come up against an authoritarian faction run by former cops. Beth and Carol have been kidnapped, and are being held hostage. Meanwhile, Noah baits the officers into chasing him. So, let's take a look.
Put it down, Noah.
Put the gun down.
Hands up. Turn around.
You let me know if it's too tight, okay?
Thought you were smart, Noah. You think we wouldn't hear you?
So Noah's expressing extreme mouth tension, and also gritting his teeth together. This is a classic example of gate control theory. By clenching his jaw, he's activating sensory pathways that can block pain signals from being transmitted, stopping them from reaching the brain, effectively reducing his perception of pain. It shows that he's in a lot of pain from his leg. Meanwhile, the female officer is making extreme eye contact with him, which is called hyperfixation. Her defense mechanism has been activated, which causes her to lock her attention on the stressor, which is Noah. However, this also causes her brain to filter out peripheral stimuli, making her easier to ambush.
Where are those routers you were shooting at?
Hands.
What do you want?
Whatever this is, we can help.
You do what we say, we don't hurt you.
Okay.
Good. Now turn around. Put your guns on the floor, kneel.
So Rick is displaying quite a low level of physiological arousal here. His respiration rate isn't elevated, and he shows no signs of psychomotor agitation. He is abnormally calm here, which shows just how experienced he is at dealing with this kind of situation. The male cop, Officer Lamson, experiences a massive sympathetic spike, and his respiration rate also jumps when he sees the group. He's terrified and then immediately surrenders, whereas Officer Shepard continues the strong eye contact that she expressed before. She is overconfident, likely stemming from an internalized sense of authority from her role as an officer.
We need to talk. There's water if you need some, and food.
Mind if I ask you something? The way you talk. The way you carry yourself. Are you a cop? Believe it or not, I was too.
That's Lamson. He'd be down for this. He's one of the good ones.
So Officer Shepard immediately distances to the floor when her hand gets tied, which is a subconscious attempt at psychological self-protection, reducing exposure to the threat, and also signaling submission. She knows that she has no hope of escaping now, and when Lamson asks if Rick was a cop, Rick expresses a micro-expression of mouth tension by tensing his lips. This is psychological self-restraint, and he's consciously suppressing himself here. The reminder of his past triggers a significant internal release of emotion, and he then distances when Lamson makes the joke, whilst also letting off a subtle smile.
Officer Franco, Officer McGinley. I'm Rick Grimes. I was a deputy in the King County Sheriff's Department.
So Rick does a calm, controlled exhale, and then expresses mouth tension before turning around. He's experiencing sympathetic activation here, and exhales in a controlled and slow manner to stimulate his parasympathetic nervous system, which is the brain's rest and digest function. He's trying to calm himself down as he's nervous. However, these behaviors are really minimal and hard to see, showing that he's grown accustomed to dealing with stressful situations just like this.
I'm here to make a proposal.
Lay your weapon on the ground.
All right.
Rick maintains strong, deliberate eye contact, while slowly moving as he disarms himself, carefully avoiding sudden motions that could startle the officers. His brow remains tense, which is muscle tension, generated by his amygdala detecting the threat, and triggering the defense mechanism. Now these two sets of body language are completely desynchronized with each other. Rick is projecting calm, whilst also being prepared for an immediate confrontation.
What's your proposal?
You have 2 of my people, I have 2 of yours. We want to make an exchange. Then we'll be on our way. No one gets hurt.
Who?
Officer Shepard and Lakari. For Beth and Carol. You picked up a woman yesterday after your people hit her with a car.
So we can see a genuine moment of confusion from the officer when Carol is mentioned, which makes sense as her leader had kept her isolated and hidden from most of their group. And when Rick mentions that they hit her with a car, the officer immediately breaks eye contact and looks down to the floor. This is a distancing behavior, signaling discomfort. He's realizing that they might be the ones in the wrong, and this gesture indicates empathy. He then looks towards his fellow officer to build rapport with him. He's realizing that their leader is lying to them.
Noah, he's with you? That's how you know?
Yes, he is.
What about Officer Lamson?
He was attacked by the dead before we got to him.
Where are your people?
They're close. Radio your lieutenant. I'll wait.
Realizing that Rick's group could kill them at any moment, the officer then expresses psychomotor agitation, and this occurs when the sympathetic nervous system becomes activated, creating a need to vent excess energy, resulting in foot movements like this. And Rick then performs a grounding behavior, resting his hand on his hip whilst also tensing his hand. He's projecting confidence and authority, whilst also suppressing his fear. He's highly adept at dealing with stressful situations. It's a really good and well-acted scene.